And welcome back, everybody, back to the fight table. Today we are going to talk about Smith versus Beterbiev.
First of all, man, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome. Hey,
Remember,
everybody.
you missed the episode, man. You died. We thought you were gone.
Yeah, I died and came back. I came back from the morgue.
Is it me?
That's you. So I'm full of energy. I feel better. I'm okay. And he won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. But thank you, man. It's nice to be back. I felt lost being away from you for too long. But we're reunited once again, and our energy is yin and yang, and we can't be stopped. Oh, I just want to say one thing. Guys, if whoever happens to view these videos, if y'all view them, get engaged with us. Talk, comment, leave something, likes, dislikes, whatever y'all want to do. Just get involved. Show us show some love, guys. Help us grow.
Also, subscribe to the channel.
If y'all want to subscribe. We would appreciate that a lot. We plan on doing something like after 100 subscribers, maybe giving away.
1,000.
Oh, that was for TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Because YouTube's a lot harder.
Oh, all right.
On YouTube,
100 subscribers.
100 subscribers.
Giveaway T-shirt.
Give away a fight table T-shirt. You tell us what color you want and the size of the winner or the random pick, and we will make it and just give it your address, and we will mail it, right?
Yeah.
Ship it to you. But that's if we ever get to 100. We're at like 37 right now. Shit. But we're gonna do stuff like that once we see more flow coming in.
So, first of all, happy late Father's Day to anybody out there. Hopefully, Joe Smith Jr. congratulated Arthur Beterbiev on Father's Day. But, dude, so let's get into that. So it was a light heavyweight matchup in boxing, and this one had some eyes on it because it was for a unification belt. Joe Smith Jr. was the champion, and the only other champion in that division is Dimitri Bivol.
Okay.
So these guys, it had a lot of eyes on it. It was highly anticipated. Beterbiev was the favorite going into it. A lot of people thought that it would go to distance because Joe Smith Jr.'s
also a puncher.
Yeah, was also a puncher, and then also like his boxing IQ is up there, and Arthur Beterbiev is literally like out of a movie, man. Like he's like scary. First of all, 100% knockout ratio.
Yeah, he's a straight powerhouse.
Scary, just like the way he was like. It seemed like Smith's punches weren't doing anything to him, and he was barely hanging on from the first time he was dropped.
Yeah,
and Beterbiev just like, like that Russian guy out of Creed 2?
Drago?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Drago.
Drago's son. Which is Drago.
Yeah.
But kind of looked like him, dude.
Yeah. He's
like the way he fought, the way he did everything, and the way he knocked that guy out.
Yeah, straight monster,
he looked impressive. I didn't know this. He's 37 years old.
Yeah, he's an old dude, man.
Yeah. He's
in boxing, that's old.
He got to cash in now.
Yeah. So, yeah, obviously, even if you're a puncher, man, he seems like he's just going to be the better puncher. So you're not going to beat him trying to trade punches with him. You're going to have to box that dude.
You ever, and in light heavyweight, it's kind of a little hard, but, I mean, there's Dimitri Bivol, who is the epitome of that, and
I don't know, man, because... Sorry, excuse me, guys.
Ew.
We talked about it before. You were, in the past, you had said this guy Canelo wasn't even hurting him when he was throwing punches and he was blocking, and I had said, well, Beterbiev is a bigger guy. Bivol, he had some real good blocking. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but these punches will affect them, unlike Canelo's. You got to remember, Canelo is smaller. But enough about Canelo. All I'm saying is Bivol's going to have to come in with a different game plan, because if he's going to try to take hits from this guy, I don't think it's going to be a good night for him.
I think the contest is pretty much 50-50, because you did see Beterbiev still get like touched up a little bit and all that. It was just like Joe Smith. It's kind of like they're the same fighter, but Beterbiev was just stronger and hit harder. And Bivol, I think he's real shifty. I think his left is just as good as his right. So I think.
But he's a volume puncher, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what we just said needs to beat Beterbiev.
No, I think boxing needs to beat Beterbiev. You don't want to get hit by Beterbiev.
Oh no, yeah, obviously you don't want to get hit by anybody.
Well, some fighters they don't have the effect that Beterbiev does.
I think.
All I'm saying is it's real risky getting hit by Beterbiev. Some fighters you can take that risk.
Okay, guys, well you heard it here. He's the greatest in the world.
You see,
he's pound for pound number one.
Who, Beterbiev?
Yeah, man.
How's that?
I can't get a thought across
without
you saying Beterbiev.
Can I finish? Can I finish? I was talking first. You see, guys,
he's number one pound for pound.
You see, guys,
he beats everybody.
This is the guy's problem. I barely came back from the hospital. I'm barely surviving, and this guy he just looks at me like I'm stupid and in need of water.
As you were saying.
Beterbiev
was number one.
He's undefeated. He's number one. He can't be stopped. Canelo, he ain't got nothing on Canelo. Canelo better look another way. Go ahead, man. Finish your thought, man, because I lost mine.
All I'm saying is Dimitri Bivol
stands on chance against Beterbiev.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think Beterbiev, he what do you call it? He just abuses Bivol.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. So, before we think about it too much, I doubt Bivol fights Beterbiev anytime in the near future because he's probably waiting for the Canelo rematch because Canelo's going to cash in on the rematch and try to fight him. And then, depending on the outcome of that fight, we might not ever see it because if Bivol ends up losing his belt to Canelo, if Canelo wins, then Beterbiev has no reason to fight him because the only reason Beterbiev will fight him is because he wants to become unanimous.
Yeah, like you, man, I really don't feel like this fight. I really don't feel like this fight would happen either, man. I feel like it's going to be one of those fights like when they used to talk about, say, who was it, man? Like Andre Ward fighting this person or that person. It just never happened, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be like that. Like we're going to wish we got to see it and just never see it, you know?
Yeah. If, something happens, if Triple G beats Canelo and we never hear about Canelo ever again, then
they might. We
see Bivol versus Beterbiev, and we see a whole new era of boxing, and it'd be an entertaining fight, man.
Yeah, what if that loss to Bivol, man, mentally fucked up Canelo, and he's not the same anymore?
I don't know, man.
Because in his head, dude, he was up here.
Yeah, he was untouchable. He was the face of boxing.
But he thought he was
a god.
Yeah, like he was trying to fight Usyk.
Yeah.
You remember? He was trying to fight that. What was that guy's name? The cruiserweight.
Oh yeah.
Like his head was blown up, man. And although he has every right to feel like that, man, and think like that from the way he was dominating these fighters. Well, I'm not gonna say dominating, but the way he was winning in knockout fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But he had his head way up in the clouds, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he was taking dangerous fights. He just thought he couldn't be touched. These are different animals, man.
Yeah. It's different, man, when you get in the ring and when you face somebody. But then again, rematches. That's what a rematch clause is for. And you see a lot of times, man. I've said it before. I'll say it again. That the highly skilled fighter usually wins the rematch in incredible fashion.
Yeah, and you're right. You called it on Donaire versus Inoue too.
Oh, Inoue, yeah. Yeah, that fight wasn't even close, man. For that fight to go the distance and end the way it did, because Donaire was probably winning that fight, the first fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was pretty close.
It was pretty close until that knockdown. Remember that knockdown at the end of like the 10th round, 11th round or something like that? Yeah. And then he just dominated the last round, and that probably what?
Too bad that fight was like at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning and shit.
Yeah, over here. But anyway, dominant performance.
Yeah. But, like you said, we may never see Bivol versus Beterbiev. And if we do, it might be at the point where one of them is going to retire and out of it,
Yeah.
And
yeah, because Beterbiev only has so many years left, man. He's cashing in now. So
the only way he's still going to fight longer, man, is if he started real late. I'm not really sure when he started boxing, but if he started real late, say he started boxing professionally, like at, say, 25, then he still has some fight in him. But if he started young and he's at this age, it's probably over with, man.
You see how, like, he's kind of scary, dude. So, like, after the fight, there were, like, post-fight interviews and stuff like that. They were talking, and he said, the reporter was like, so-and-so said, you're slow. You're heavy-handed, but you're slow. And all that. And his translator, he understands English, but his translator was saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'm slow. And the translator was like, no, that's what so-and-so said, right? Mm-hmm. And he looked at the report, he said, okay, I understand. And I'm like, dude, that's out of a movie, man. Like, he doesn't care. He's like, it's straight business.
Yeah, and he might. Damn it. That's
18 and 0, 18 knockouts, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's the only current champion with a 100% knockout ratio.
Damn, imagine if he retires. Like, imagine if him and Bivol do fight and he knocks out Bivol, and then he retires.
That's it? I mean, damn, it's a shame that we didn't get to see him, like, he wasn't more active, man, because 18 fights.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he started late, man.
Mm.
Because 18 fights, man, it's very little, man.
Yeah, 18 fights for 37 years old is not.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fights. That's why I feel like he started late, and he might fight into like early 40s.
Damn, so he started fighting 9 years ago, professionally.
See,
2013.
He might fight longer than 37, man. He might go early 40s maybe.
Wow.
Because a lot of fighters that start real late, man, they fight later. They last longer because they're not battle worn, and
Mm-hmm.
so he might fight. He might maybe 15 years, total.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Wow, 9 years, man. That is a late career.
Yeah,
Just had some ridiculous power and they put him out there.
that's probably what happened. Shit, what happened with Wilder?
So, if
Bivol and him fight, man, I'm gonna go for Beterbiev. Not because I don't feel like Bivol has the skills to beat him. I feel like he does have the skills to beat him, but I just feel like Beterbiev will. God, what's that word, man? I'm trying to figure it out. He's gonna swarm him too much, man.
Mm.
And like I said, Bivol's been hurt before, man. I've seen some of his highlights. He's been hurt. Okay, and Beterbiev is gonna be the one that drops you, man. And as you saw, man, when he hurts you, he really hurts you.
Yeah, and he's a crazy finisher, dude. Because he did after he knocked down Joe Smith at the end of round 1, and in round 2 it was just Joe Smith was just in survival mode from the beginning of the bell till he was.
Yeah, and I feel like he will hurt Bivol, man. And he may not knock him out, man. It might go the distance, but I feel like he will definitely beat him, man. He's just gonna work him,
Damn, that's a fight we need to see, man.
If it happens, I hope it does.
See those stylistic kind of fights, and then in a day and age where everybody's trying to become undisputed, it's perfect time.
Really crazy. That came out of nowhere. Everyone's trying to do it now.
Yeah. Nobody cared about it before, man, but it seems like that's where the money's at, and
Yeah.
we'll see. Also, speaking of, I forgot to tell you this, but George Kambosos Jr. cashed in his rematch clause.
Oh yeah.
Will officially fight Devin Haney again.
I don't know about that one, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He got dominated.
He did get dominated, and I don't see what kind of adjustments you make. And then, like we talked about last time, Haney as the champion is going to show no signs of aggression whatsoever, and play 100% defensively, which is what he does best. And you're just
He's gonna fight the same way. Shit, really.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the reason I feel Kambosos won't, if he does better, I'll be surprised. Honestly, I'll say it here first. I will be surprised. But the reason I feel like he won't do the same is because he couldn't figure him out at all this fight. So he doesn't know what changes he needs to make because he couldn't even figure out.
He made no adjustments. In ring, which is real weird as a champion mindset, and you always see guys make adjustments, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But he kept with the same game plan over and over.
So that's to me is what tells me that he couldn't figure him out, and he still doesn't know how to figure him out. I just don't see it. I feel it's gonna be the same way, same results.
Probably so.
And if anything, he might actually be more dominated this time than the first fight because Haney figured him out.
Yeah, after round 3, that was it.
Yeah,
that was it. I don't think. I think Kambosos never landed like a legit power shot.
Yep, he saw that jab was just was eating him up, man. So he just
kept throwing it. Yeah, why would you change it?
And it worked for him the whole fight. So.
Yep. So, you good on Joe Smith and
yeah, I'm good on that.
upcoming matchups that were announced. Usyk versus Joshua. Rematch is set for August 20th.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Remember, say what you said, what you told me, because you're Mystic Q. Okay, remember that.
See, but that so the better fighter usually makes the better adjustments and wins the rematch, right?
But
I don't know who the better fighter is.
No, that's not what you said. Remember, you said, guys, this guy calls it
Oh,
like
Joshua.
no others.
Did I say Joshua?
That Joshua wins the rematches.
Joshua he does make better adjustments. He doesn't, and he changed up his whole coaching staff this time too.
Yeah.
I don't know who the better fighter is in this matchup though, because Usyk was undisputed at light heavyweight, moves up to heavyweight, or cruiserweight. I'm sorry, moves up to heavyweight.
Yeah, he's a smaller heavyweight. He is.
Yeah, he is smaller, which can benefit him.
Yeah, because he's
the
not
way
too
he moves, man.
Yeah, he's not too small to be knocked out easily like that, and he's big enough to be able to take some hits.
Shift around.
Yeah, and so he's and he kind of fights like Lomachenko, man. The way he moves and twirls around you and shit.
And you saw it gave Joshua a lot of trouble. And it's not like he straight outpointed Joshua, which he did, but his punches added up, and Joshua was hurt against the ropes sometimes.
Yeah. When I saw that fight, man, it felt to me like Joshua was fighting different too, man. He wasn't. It seemed like he was. I don't know, man. He was being kind of weird to me, man. He didn't seem the same to me.
He looked a little off, right?
Yeah.
He looked, and now it's a hindsight's 20/20, but if he makes the right adjustments, I'm just not sure what he can do against Usyk, unless he just swarms him with it.
Yeah,
and tries to use his power.
Yeah, because he has a size advantage, man.
He does have big size and just try to push him.
That's because his Usyk's punches were hurting him, man, but he could handle them, Because normally when there's a real puncher, Joshua he wobbles and he drops, man, as you've seen,
Yeah.
So the fact that he was able to eat all those punches and still not really go down says he can handle his power, man. So swarming them is probably a good idea, You can't fighters like that, man. You can't give them time to adjust. You have to really pressure them. That's the word I was trying to figure out. Pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to pressure fighters like that, man. Because once they get a rhythm going, it's over with for you. You can't let them figure you out.
Now I'm sure the odds are pretty 50-50, but if you had to choose, he's not that much bigger, man.
Who, Joshua?
Joshua's 6'6", Usyk 6'3".
3 inches, man.
We're looking at 240 and 220. The 20 pounds. Decent. Big enough to make a difference.
6'3" is still kind of fucking big, dude.
Yeah. But he's still big enough to where it makes a difference, where he might be able to push him back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Joshua's kind of like fought a bigger, like shorter version of that in a Ruiz.
You know who Joshua should fight too, man? Well, I'm just gonna say he should have fought Ortiz too, man. That would have been a pretty good fight. But if I had to give it to one of them, man, I feel like Joshua has the opportunity, man. I feel like I'm leaning more towards Joshua, man.
I'm kind of leaning more towards Joshua too, because I think he can make the better adjustments, and I think, he could be the poster boy for boxing. He just needs to get his feet under him, and work his neck muscles out a little bit.
Yeah, I really think he'll adjust enough for to take Usyk, man. Because remember what he did to Ruiz, man. Remember at first he was trying to fight him, and then later on, like brawl with him, and then guess what? After that, he went straight to boxing him. Used his reach, used his height, used every advantage he had, did the point game, and won.
He did it.
So I feel like he might do this. Think about it. If Usyk and him they have a chess match or just straight boxing,
Joshua's probably gonna win.
Yeah, he has more reach. He has more height. I think he's I'm gonna say he's faster than him, man. But
why are Joshua's rematches in Saudi Arabia?
Is it in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, that's the same thing he did with Ruiz. He lost in Madison Square Garden or wherever it was, and then the rematch was in Saudi Arabia in the desert.
The heat, they're not used to it. He's Nigerian.
He's like British or something, right?
But his parents are Nigerian, man.
He's from the UK.
Yeah, he is. He has Nigerian.
What if Usyk wins?
Well, time to hang him up, Joshua. Or he can fight Wilder. That's still an option.
That's just.
That's the better of the losers,
Man, speaking of Wilder, he wants to come back.
Yeah, and fight who? My fourth Fury.
I want to say this, man. I know we're not talking about Wilder right now, but I was just thinking about this the other day, man.
I'm just kidding.
And it was mainly because of a comment Fury made, right? Because Fury was talking about how, you know, Wilder was the hardest hitter, blah, 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 of his fighters, you know, which is probably true. But, like, I was thinking about his comeback, man, and I was like, man, you know, Wilder's getting kind of, like, you know, shitted on, you know, and stuff like that because of his losses.
But he's only lost to Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
best,
He literally cannot beat this one guy.
the best heavyweight right now, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And arguably the best heavyweight ever. You know? He's top 3 for sure.
Yeah, I think he's good. He's good, man.
You know? And everybody else puts him to sleep. So it's like, until somebody does it.
Yeah. They can't say much.
Yeah,
man.
they can't say anything, dude. You didn't
People,
beat
yeah,
him.
people say he's exposed and then that, man. But at the end of the day, like you said, man.
He's been outboxed before.
Yeah, and he still won. You know,
Still won.
it's just you just can't beat Fury.
Yeah, you just can't beat Fury.
And that's
even
the
at
best
that,
heavyweight
dude,
right now.
Fury
You know?
got in 3 fights. Fury got knocked down
4 times. Maybe?
4 times, which is insane.
First of all, the fact that he was able to get up every time, man, not really be hurt,
Every
man,
time.
is fucking crazy.
Every time. Yeah.
But he for such a big guy, he can dodge so well, man.
can move,
Shit,
dude.
yeah.
So
But
yeah.
he also has a lot of advantage, dude. He's huge. His reach, his fucking jabs, dude. His straights,
Yep.
his rights, man. He has a lot of reach advantage, man.
Right.
He's real big. I remember when he fought Klitschko, man. One of the Klitschko's.
Hmm.
It's nothing. He was just too big. Killed that dude. Just killed him.
If you had to rank your heavyweights, top 5, because there's so many. There really is. Is Klitschko even still there? No, probably not, right?
I wouldn't rank him as well. He was.
He's all time great, you know.
He was like 10 years. I think it might have been both of them, man. But 10 years, they didn't lose for 10 years after they became champion at some point, you know. And they went 10 years without losing, you know.
Uh-huh.
But if I had to do top 5, man, I don't know. A lot of people are gonna hate me, man. But I don't think I put Mike Tyson as a top 5. Oh,
No. I'm talking about right now.
Oh, right now.
Wow, you don't put Tyson.
I mean, maybe he'd be number 5, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like right now, I don't know, man. That's a iffy because he has some advantages for fighters now, but at the same time, man, it's not the same, man.
Okay. Let me name you some of them. Okay. So we have obviously Tyson Fury,
Mm-hmm.
obviously Usyk,
Mm-hmm.
Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
Wilder, Dylan White, Andy Ruiz Jr., Victor Ortiz.
God damn it, it's Luis Ortiz,
Luis Ortiz, I'm sorry. Victor Ortiz. Who's Victor Ortiz?
the welterweight guy.
Oh.
Maybe they knocked him out.
Well,
For once, I'm gonna put Tyson Fury in the top.
okay.
I'm gonna put Tyson Fury in the top. I'm gonna put. This only makes sense, man. If I had to list top 5 right now, it's gonna have to be Tyson Fury. I'm still gonna put Wilder just because, like we just said, nobody has beaten him except for the best, you know. And then I would probably put Joshua next, Usyk, and then I would want to put maybe Luis Ortiz 5th, man, just because he's a really good boxer, man, and he just doesn't fight enough, man.
Yeah.
But he's real good, and really the only person he's lost to is Wilder. Did he lose to anybody else?
Nope.
And he was winning
those 2 losses to Wilder.
Well, and he was winning those fights until he got knocked out. You know.
That's true.
So he has a lot of potential, man. So he's a real good boxer. He's a real good boxer.
He's a real good boxer. And speaking of him, he also has a fight announced against Andy Ruiz Jr. And that one is September 4th.
That's pretty cool.
That
which is crazy because I've wanted this fight for a while, you know.
Yeah.
So this would be a good fight, man, because they're almost the same height and everything. I think they might be the same height.
They're almost like the exact same boxer.
Yeah, except for one's Cuban.
And I think Ruiz has a little bit more power
and speed.
He has like a little better snap to him, and I think that's what might give him the advantage in this fight. But Ruiz can be touched.
Yeah, he can,
and he does get dropped.
I'm gonna say this,
but he always recovers real good. He recovers pretty good.
Who, Ortiz?
Ruiz.
Oh, Ruiz. Yeah, he does. So I'm gonna say this about this fight. I'm gonna give the power and speed advantage to Ortiz, but the boxing like IQ to Ortiz, man. He's just a better boxer, man.
So the speed and the power to Ruiz.
Ruiz.
You said Ortiz.
Did I?
Yeah.
I mean Ruiz, yeah. And in the
The
boxing,
IQ.
yeah, and like counter punching, I'm gonna give it to Ortiz, man.
It's a good style matchup, man.
Yeah.
It
Because
is.
Ortiz can really box, dude, and he looks real good for a heavyweight, man. You don't really see them look the way he does at that being that big.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks real good. That'd be a good fight.
And then that would be a really good fight, man, because Ruiz, he got dropped
I guess Ariola.
Ariola and Joshua,
Yep.
and recovered both times.
And to win,
And
he won against Ariola, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He won a unanimous decision. Yeah, went the distance, but he started off a little too like aggressive, and I think he was just gonna bully Ariola. But then like he went to his boxing, and then he really adjusted real well.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got knocked down I think once, but like almost took a knee a second time, and then he was okay after that. So
Two big ass Mexicans fighting, man.
yeah, dude.
You don't really see a lot of Mexicans that big, man.
Ruiz, man. Ruiz, that's it. You know, speaking of Ruiz, man, we were talking about like when he was in Canelo's gym, how like size matters, and because what made us think of that?
We were talking about how we were saying that Canelo thought he was like the big dog in the gym or something like that.
No, but something made us think about it. We were like, damn, the bigger fighter does win. Maybe we're watching like a TikTok,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. I don't know, but yeah, if Ruiz Jr. and Canelo ever had a fight, man,
Oh,
yeah. Damn.
and Ruiz still trains with Canelo, I believe. I think he said he still does.
So, in Wilder's comeback, who would you like to see him fight? Would you like to see him like have a tune-up fight? Probably not, right? I think he's okay. It's gonna be a long time since his, loss. We're going up on a year
It is been a
again,
while.
and it was a year before.
God, that's his problem, man. That guy, he, the same thing, man. He just can't handle a loss, dude.
Yeah, you can't handle a loss. You never know how you're gonna handle it until it comes. But
Yeah, man. But if that's just me, man.
But
I
the
don't-
second loss, I mean, he didn't say much, and at the same time, what can he say?
you just say, man. I thought I could beat him, and at the end of the day, he's a better fighter. Give my hand out to him, and thank you for the fights, the opportunities. Some shit like that. You have to be. You have to. If you just can't
First
beat
of all,
somebody, man, you just
I don't
gotta
have to do nothing.
Yeah,
But
yeah, so
I think-
I mean, what are you gonna do in front of him? Nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't
just
beat the
lost.
guy.
Yeah,
So-
you know what I'm saying. So
Can't beat
what,
the guy, but I get it. The first time I didn't like it. After the draw, okay, you know what? It was a draw. I
Yeah.
knocked you down twice. You beat me on points, whatever. Yeah,
and 2 knockouts after that.
and then the first knockout, that's when things got like real weird. The second fight, where it's like the corner threw in the towel. He
It would probably have been the same result as the third fight, to be honest, man.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for a fact.
But it was like his excuses. That was weird.
Yeah,
But the third fight is anything. So be it.
you should at least
You
give
don't
him
need
props. Did you give him props at
it.
least?
For what?
Beating his ass.
No. I'm good. I don't need to say anything.
All right, man. You just remember, you're the one that lost. Walk out. You
Yeah.
sure right.
And that's what he did.
You sure right. Losers leave. Yeah.
That's what he did.
And winners stay.
He left and he didn't say anything.
Because he couldn't say nothing. There's nothing he can't say. What are you
That's
gonna
what I'm
say?
saying. But you're saying like that's a bad thing. All right,
It is a bad
What do
thing.
you want me to do? You want him to praise him?
Nah, I praise him, but I say, hey, man, the better man won tonight. What can I say? Like that. I'll be back. I want that fourth match.
I don't know, man. But I am excited to see him back, dude. And
Yeah, let's see who he fights, man. If he fights, Man.
and Fury talking about retiring, talking about like not being around and all that. What if like Fury leaves, and then
Well,
Wilder just comes
takes
back and
over.
murks everybody, man? And you're just
That's
like,
a good
damn,
possibility
dude.
because I don't.
First of all, that just promotes Fury even better.
Mhm.
Because like, dude, you beat this guy arguably 3 times, and
I really think he beats Joshua, man.
I think he beats Joshua too.
I think he beats Ortiz. I don't know. I mean, Ruiz, but I don't know, man.
he probably beats Ruiz. He probably beats everybody else, man. To be honest,
I think he beats Usyk.
Usyk.
Man. That'd be a little tough,
Yeah,
man.
if-
You know what, man? That might be the one that he loses on points.
Yeah, where it goes like the distance.
Yeah,
stuff
and he
like
might
that.
lose through points. That's probably his biggest obstacle right there, man. Because Joshua gets hit, man. If he gets hit, he gets hurt.
Wilder versus Dylan White would be good. I think that's a good fight to come
back. Yeah, for sure.
come back to.
But he's gonna murk him.
Yeah, I believe it too.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's literally just gonna come back. That'll be a tune-up fight because
I believe it. But a top 10 guy.
He's gonna knock him out. It's gonna be too easy.
He's gonna knock everybody out. But a top 10 guy is a tune. Yeah, it's a Fury. Is a tune-up fight, and then you see maybe you fight the winner of Ruiz and Ortiz. You can't really fight Ortiz, but
what if Ortiz wins?
You can beat him 3 times. Yeah.
Tyson Fury beat him 3 times, arguably.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the same thing, man. You don't want to see Wilder fight Tyson Fury again.
There's no point.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right, because he knocked him out twice.
Yeah.
So, he could fight the winner of Usyk and Joshua.
Damn.
But
hey, that's a good idea, man.
Yeah.
So
if he beats Dylan White,
if Tyson Fury is what he says he is and is out the door, you have Usyk and Joshua. Dylan White faces.
What's the other guy's name? Something Joe something.
Who? Joe Joyce?
I don't know. I forgot his last name is, man. But I don't know. I think Joshua beat that guy
though.
They got some new up and coming. I forgot what his name is.
Joyce.
Man.
He's 13-0.
Is he? Is he like that Nigerian dude?
Let me see, man. No, he's like he's from the UK, I think.
This is a Nigerian guy.
Joe Joyce. He's 13-0. I don't see a Nigerian flag here, so.
I thought he was Nigerian, man. But it's a black dude.
It's probably him. Think about this, man.
I'm thinking.
Deontay Wilder versus Dylan. No, okay. Let's get all this figured out. Because if Fury walks away, man, the WBA title is going vacant. Because nobody's going to beat Fury if he decides to fight again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe he retires. You have Wilder and White fight for the vacant title. Wilder wins. You have Usyk and Joshua rematch. Whoever wins. Then you have the unification fight of the winners. And then maybe somehow Ruiz or Ortiz gets thrown in there, Damn. Those fights probably happen.
There needs to be an undisputed heavyweight now, man.
Yeah. That's a high possibility, man.
Because doesn't Usyk hold 3 of the belts?
Usyk holds 3 of the belts, yes.
And then Fury holds the other one?
Yeah, Fury holds 1.
So did Fury say he's retiring?
Yeah, he did say he's retiring. I don't know.
Damn, he should at least wait for that fight, man.
I don't think he's interested in becoming undisputed. It doesn't sound like he's interested. And I think he's very cautious of who he's going to fight. I think it's no longer about being the best because he's kind of somewhat proven he's the best, even though he's only beat Wilder, really.
Well, he beat Klitschko, he beat Wilder, he beat Dylan White, he beat who else, man?
And I guess it's in high, high expectation, kind of high performance. He's destroyed these guys, really.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's interested in fighting
That'd be cool.
Usyk or Joshua unless it's for crazy amount of money or.
I thought he would get paid good anyways.
Yeah, see his last fight, dude. He got paid like $33 million.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
So,
but that'd be cool to see the winner if he decides not to quit and maybe try to go undisputed. That'd be perfect, man. And because think about it, then at that point, he of our generation, he's the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Beat the boogeyman. Beat the boogeyman's little brother.
Damn. Well,
Tyson Fury, everybody. Go ahead. And he doesn't have a lot of fans, man.
Well, not here, man. But you see his walkout in Wembley Stadium?
Yeah, I remember.
The fireworks. It was like the Super Bowl, dude. Damn. First of all, look at that stadium. What Fury did to that stadium. Okay?
Filled it up.
And then look at the stadium, this equivalent size stadium that Kambosos and Haney fought in.
The hockey field?
Yeah. Where was that fight?
It was in Australia.
Yeah, but what's the name of the stadium?
The Australian Dome.
What it was in Marvel Stadium.
Marvel Studios?
Marvel Stadium.
Studios, damn.
We're about to see, man. I just want to see something. It's pretty cool, though. It holds. Give me a minute, man. Capacity 53,000 people.
That's
so it's
it?
it's like a normal
Man, it looks so much
football
bigger than that.
stadium and stuff like that. It did look bigger than that.
Yeah, look, they didn't have any chairs. Like, everybody was just standing. But I don't know.
They also might not get like a lot of boxing fights. You know, probably some take up the whole like field
Yeah.
because it's probably just used as like a soccer field and
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird area.
it was a weird area. I don't think they were ready for the fight.
Yeah, probably not.
So we'll see. But yeah, you see what like Tyson Fury does to Wembley Stadium, which
That's
is
in UK, right?
Yeah, which is like an iconic stadium.
Yeah, they have fans over there.
You see what these fighters do on Madison Square Garden, which is pinnacle of boxing, and MGM Grand and stuff like that. All these like stadiums, they're equivalent, And Haney and Cambosis, man, they really didn't pull that big of a crowd.
Yeah. But it's even then, when we go watch those fights, man, they're dead.
Yeah, that's true.
That the I don't know. They have fans, but not the way they think they do,
Yeah.
Tell you who does, Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, Gervonta Davis. He's starting to become a pull, man. Remember when he was just like where was he fighting for, man? Where he was, I guess it was still Showtime, but it wasn't pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think he was fighting some guy with I think he knocked him out in the second round. The guy I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
He had like orange shorts.
But even when he was fighting like
he used to fight on the
Leo Santa Cruz, that wasn't pay-per-view. It
Was
wasn't
it?
pay-per-view until he fought the fight before this one.
Really? I thought he did pay-per-view before that.
Rolly Romero, and then it was like the fight before, and that was when his
Cruz?
pay-per-view started. Cruz was definitely pay-per-view. Maybe it was the fight before Cruz where it started pay-per-view. But yeah,
Barrios.
No, Barrios fought Devin Haney. No, that's Leonardo's.
Yeah, Barrios.
Was it Barrios?
Yes,
I
yeah.
think that was the first one.
And I remember in the
Because when it was Leo Santa Cruz, it wasn't a
It wasn't?
pay-per-view. Mm-mm.
I thought it was. Because they had a show.
Yeah, I had a show, but at that time too, because remember Barrios was the fight they didn't buy. We were trying to buy it, and it was because they didn't know he was pay-per-view now. He's officially pay-per-view.
Damn. Pretty good. But anything else on that?
No, man, I'm good on
We're
that.
ready to move on to the Berlanga situation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you guys can compare right there. You probably know more than me. But you said he is being suspended?
Yeah, he is
For how long? 6
officially
months?
suspended for 6 months.
Doesn't matter. He doesn't fight. He fights once a year anyways. Shit.
Well,
So
he did fight twice recently.
Yeah, so in 6 months, you have the next fight ready.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Doesn't even matter.
For that bite that he attempted.
First, I want to say something about this guy right here, man. I respect him because anybody that puts the gloves on and risks their life for entertainment to entertain the other people, anybody, the crowd, us, is I don't take nothing away from them as far as that. But I will say this, that I believe they brought him up wrong, man, because they made him out to seem like he's always gonna get a knockout, and now that he doesn't, he looks boring because they build him up as a knockout artist, like he's gonna knock somebody out every time, and he's like what do you call it? What is it? A product of your own success? Something like that? No.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Victim.
The victim of your own success. That, like, he was doing good, but because of that, it's expected every time, and he's always billed as, he used to call himself, he used to say that thing, I'm a fucking monster, because he's knocking out these guys that aren't on his level, And now that he's fighting those type of fighters, man, his fights they're really not looking any better, man.
He did look better this fight than he did the previous two.
So much better he had to bite the guy.
I don't know what that was about. I don't know. I was just in the
Frustration.
scramble, like maybe.
What
don't
other
know.
reason? Anytime you bite somebody, you're frustrated. You're losing. You feel like you're losing. You're trying to get ahead.
Maybe so, man. I don't know what was going
Holyfield
through his
Tyson.
mind. Yeah.
Mike Tyson was losing. Maidana Mayweather. Maidana was losing. This guy now.
I don't know. I don't know what the correct path is for him now. I don't know anything. Hopefully, he gets his feet under him, and he can start. He's learning a lot right now, I think, and hopefully he stabilizes to where now when he faces these opponents, he's able to box with him, and then you see the power come back. I mean, the power's still there. He's just facing people that are not going to run into his punches anymore. You know what I mean?
Or just sit there and take him either.
Right.
What he needs to do, man, is he really needs to be patient, man, and try to box and counter, man. If he really does have the power like that, man,
Mm-hmm.
a counter is going to do it if he just stops trying to look for the knockout, man.
That's what it is, yeah.
He goes in there and he tries to look for the knockout every time, man. If he just stops doing this shit.
And let the punches come to you.
Yeah, and I guarantee you he'll look better, he'll fight better, and he'll probably start knocking people out again. But until then, like I said, he's got to stop thinking he's the biggest motherfucker in the middleweight division, super middleweight, right?
Yeah.
Because he's not, he's not. He hasn't fought anybody in the middleweight, super middleweight, to feel like, oh yeah, I'm the beast here,
Right.
Because he's not.
Yeah, I agree.
So he needs to tone down a little bit, get down back to earth, and just take it easy, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, box, counter, and you'll probably see more success, and you'll start getting those knockouts again, if he really does have that one-touch knockout power.
Yeah, and I think this is good for him too because he's getting like a lot of slander and stuff like that. Respectably so, but.
And see, go ahead. I'll finish.
No, I just think I think it's good for him. I think it's at the end of the day, it should make him better.
Mm-hmm.
Either he crumbles or he succeeds.
But I was on his Instagram. He was like, he had said, I saw a post one time. Actually, I think I saw it on TikTok.
Yep.
But because I don't have Instagram. But what do you call it? And this was someone posted something on TikTok from Instagram, right?
Uh-huh.
And why are you laughing? But he was saying something about calling people haters, right?
Okay.
Telling them that. But that's not what it is. They're not haters. They're criticizing. They're fans. They're
rightfully so.
Yeah, and they're criticizing his performance,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what having fans is all about. They're gonna tell you when you suck. They're gonna tell you when you're doing good. A hater is somebody that doesn't like you for no fucking reason,
Mm-hmm.
and just doesn't like you no matter what you do, whether you're successful or you're failing. These people that are complaining, saying, "Man, he kind of sucked this fight," they're not haters. They're judging his performance, and that's what fans do.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we do. We watch, and we see if we like the performance. If we
Right.
did, we're gonna applaud you. If we didn't, we're gonna tell you it sucked.
Yeah. That's true, man. And then
Everybody's so quick to call people haters, man. It's so stupid.
and I also think when you're back against the wall in that position, I think you're adding fuel to the fire, and just like that, man, you just like that. I mean, you use that against them.
Yep, and
and that's what other people do, and I think
haters gonna hate. No.
yeah,
We just criticize because that's what fans are supposed to do. It's a fighting sport. It's a fight sport. Everybody's gonna criticize you. They're not gonna hate you. They're gonna criticize your performance. That's it. So just throwing that out there, guys. Hating is totally different than criticizing somebody. Criticizing it could be for the better,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be to tell you, man, look, I didn't really like how you did this time. You should probably change this up. People are like, oh, you just hate. No, I'm telling you what I saw and what you could probably do better next time. Hating is me. You say you won the lotto, but like, man, whatever. You still suck.
Mm-hmm.
For what? Why are you gonna hate him for winning?
Right.
That's just. And he won. Nobody's saying that he fucking lost. They're just saying his performances didn't look so great.
I think it's interesting to see where his career path goes.
And who he fights next. That's what's cool. I really don't. I'm not saying I don't like him, man, but I don't really get excited for his fights. But what I do like is seeing who's gonna fight next. Because the minute he fights somebody that's worth it, I'm gonna be excited to watch.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think we're a long way from that happening though.
He said 5 years, like 3 years ago. How much more time does he need?
A lot's changed since then.
He's gonna go fucking 40 fights and still be green behind the ears or what?
Yeah.
No, fuck no. He called that Canelo a long time ago, saying I'll be ready in 5 years. Well, I think he got 1 year left, maybe 2. I don't know.
Canelo be long gone by the time he gets
In
to
2
that
years?
level. No,
he gave himself a time frame.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And that does let you know that within those 3 years, whatever that he said that,
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't really increased in too much.
Right.
And his skill set hasn't increased much, man. That lets you know that he's either already at a limit or he's gonna cap soon. So he might not be the next pay-per-view star, man, at all.
What time we got?
But if he is, 52 minutes, damn.
Damn, what the hell?
Yeah.
But we didn't start for a while.
Yeah. It's probably like at 40 minutes, probably.
Well, you got anything else?
Anything else as far as let me see. I thought I had something, but maybe not. I guess that's it, man. Shit.
If so, just real quick down the UFC. We had UFC Fight Night Austin happen, and it was a real entertaining card. You know, from prelims is a UFC's kind of stepping up, man. Where these cards, the prelims are starting to become entertaining, and a lot of these guys are. I mean, their name isn't necessarily big or anything like that, but their performances are always good.
Yeah, they have to perform, man. Like if you're in a fight card like that, man, that's gonna get televised,
Right?
You want to show that you're an exciting fighter. You want to come back.
Yeah. So from top to bottom, man, it was real entertaining. A couple takeaways. We had Calvin Kattar, who was at one point considered like considered a real contender, man. So when he fought Max Holloway in featherweight, he was a real contender. He got pieced up by Max Holloway, and then he dropped to number 4. He's always been like a one of those guys that could be champion, and then he fought Josh Emmett, and Josh Emmett was like an older guy. He's ranked number 7, and so that was the main event, and Josh Emmett ends up beating him.
Damn.
You know, and so what happens to Calvin Kattar now? I don't know. He's going to drop down the rankings. I don't think it's a long road for him to get back up into consideration again.
Yeah.
Maybe he goes to lightweight. He might have some success there.
Yeah, some people that if he goes lightweight, is that lower than his weight class or higher?
No, it's higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, some people they find more success, man, when they either go down or move up.
And I think he might fit a little bit better in lightweight. So
yeah, and some people they get more power when they move up. Some people they lose power, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll work for him, you know.
So we'll see what happens with that. Kevin Holland, this was his second fight at welterweight, and he's the guy. He's real entertaining, man. So that's the guy that was fighting Jocko Shazier or whatever his name was. That he was on his back on the canvas and he's talking to him the whole time and ends up knocking him out. You remember that?
Damn, yeah.
So
I'd be mad.
He was at lightweight, and he was just not. He was just kind of like he was having success, but I think like the weight cuts were hard and stuff like that. And then he couldn't cross that threshold. But he's real talented, you know. So it's like one of those guys that has a bunch of talent, and is just not in the right era or something like that. So he moves up to welterweight, and this is now his second win in welterweight.
Cool.
But welterweight is really loaded, so he's not ranked. It's not a ranked welterweight yet.
Yeah.
But people know his name. I mean, he's definitely like a pool.
He's getting the fan base going. Okay.
Right. But welterweight's loaded. I just don't know where he's going. I mean, you're talking about, Usman's a champion, then Covington, Edwards, Hamzat, Gilbert Burns.
Chimaev?
Yeah. Chimaev, Gilbert Burns, Luque, Stephen Thompson, Masvidal.
First of
it's
all,
loaded.
Trash.
That'd be a good fight, though. Kevin Holland versus Masvidal.
I'm just kidding. He's not trash. He's a pretty good fighter. Well, he's a entertaining man, but I don't think. Cause think about it, man. Ever since I don't have nothing to do with this, but ever since that knee that boosted him up, he hasn't really fucking won. Besides Diaz, and everybody knew he was gonna win because he's obviously a better striker than Diaz. You know.
Yeah.
Diaz boxing it works for him, but it's real sloppy, dude.
I think
he hasn't won.
He had his golden era during that time, and he cashed in. And I think it's now. That just
let you know that his skill set wasn't there, man. It was just literally that knee.
Right. That made him.
And think about it.
Well, he knocked out Stephen Thompson before that.
Before that too?
Yeah, and the Superman punch.
But that's nothing crazy, man. Hold on. What I'm trying to say is, a lot of people are saying, if he didn't knock him out with that knee, Askren probably would have handled him in wrestling.
Yeah, we'll never know because we didn't get to see that fight. We saw 10 seconds.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you gotta think about it like that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he won the fight. He knocked him out.
It's almost like a waste of a fight.
Yeah, really. Really.
Any knockout like that, like any quick fight like that, it's a waste of a.
What's his name? Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah. It's a whole, That being said, I was looking down these rankings. You remember Michael Pereira? He's like he's a Brazilian guy. He's a little bit older. He has like a ponytail. He's the one that like does those backflips. Like that guy was like on the canvas and all that. He tried to do a backflip and try to land on him. He does like a lot of extra stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He has like a beard too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's always trying to win some highlight reel.
Right.
Yeah.
I think him versus Kevin Holland is like a really good matchup because they're both like trying to be entertaining. They're both trying to, and Kevin Holland I think has like, that John Jones kind of like body type where he's like long and lengthy and can use all his skills. He's kind of like that. So I think Michael Pereira as a fight into the ranked fighters, like you want to face a top 15 guy and then move up. I think that's a good fight.
You know what's cool about the UFC is that if you can come in and not be that great, that well known, but as soon as you start winning a lot, man, they'll notice you. That.
Yeah, for sure. You get like 2 impressive wins,
they'll notice you.
Yeah, you're gonna be a co-main event.
Yeah, but in boxing, you could win 10-0, 11-0 by knockout, and you're still just you're not gonna be talked about. Nobody's really gonna know who the fuck you are.
It's because it's too wide.
There's too many fighters, man.
Yeah, because
in the UFC is its own little thing.
Yeah, UFC is a group. Across MMA, that holds true. You could be in one.
But if you're in the UFC, that's the biggest platform for MMA.
Right.
And then in boxing, you have all these fighters, different promotions. They all, So that's the big deal. Yeah, Showtime, PBC. Then you have Top Rank, the Zone, and then they're all in. It's too big. It's too wide. But that's what's cool about the UFC, though.
Yeah,
I respect that a lot.
Couple fights.
Yeah.
And you're in.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's really all the takeaways from UFC Austin. I mean, there was a couple knockouts.
What about what's the guy named Venom Page? Michael Page?
Oh, he just lost. I think.
Did he?
He fights for Bellator, but yeah, he just.
Yeah, I just.
Oh, that was a while ago, man. So first of all, I didn't realize he's that old. He's like 38 or something like that. But he had like a loss that was criticized and stuff because his opponent literally just wrestled, but I don't think like threw much punches, threw anything, just like kept him pinned,
Yeah.
And that was it. And I guess he won the fight just off of that. So people were mad about that.
Remember how we were talking about this, and it's crazy that how much MMA has evolved since we started watching. I think I was like 16, 17 when I first started watching MMA, and I used to watch it on Spike, and
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, man, when they would wrestle, it stayed like that, dude. Like they just would wrestle and do nothing,
Oh,
when I would watch it, and it'd be the whole fight like that. And once I went to the ground, I saw a fighter that wrestled. They did nothing but wrestle. In my head, I was like, "Wow, this fight's gonna be boring as fuck."
Yeah.
And now it's like you don't really see that, man.
You don't see that because the defense has gotten better.
Yeah, and they're improving so much already, man. When they go down, they get back up, or it's a tap out. It's not just a wrestling match for nothing like it was back. It's fucking crazy how much it's improved, man.
Right. Yeah. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're talking about like these prelims fighters, man. Back then they would be main events.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Your skill set, and at that time, you would have a skill set, and you would dodge certain fighters and fight, style matchups. And now, everybody's good at everything.
Yeah.
And if you're not good at it, you're good at takedown defense. Like say you're not good at wrestling, but you're good at wrestling defense.
Which is crazy, man. Because like I said, these wrestlers would take people down, man, and that's it. They would just try to hold them there. No hits, no nothing. And sometimes they would win by using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, man. But the majority of the time, man, it would just be a dominating wrestling match, pretty much, with some strikings here and there, But that's fucking crazy how much it's changed in the fighting and everything, man. It's like it's going fast. So just want to throw that out there. That fighters are getting better. Well, this is it.
Good, man. I don't got anything else.
That's it. Okay, guys. Don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe. Hopefully, you guys, like I said, try to engage with us, man. Leave comments, whether they're bad comments, good comments, anything counts. We just want to know that you guys are enjoying our content and watching it, or at least attempting to. That'd be pretty cool, guys. Help us get out there. We're trying to do it for you guys. Because guess what? We're the future of podcast. Of fighting podcast. Damn. Y'all like Joe Rogan, but he does a little bit of everything. But
Yeah.
And then there's Logan Paul. There's all of the fighter to kill all those. But guess what? They're not the fight table. They're not. We're the future.
That's it.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right.